Hey, we are live. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. Hope everybody's doing well. It's Saturday, about 6:15. I was out walking around on the streets of Philly for a little bit. It's dark. I'm gonna have to I have to get my office ready for stuff. Anyway, 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I'm Greg Mester. I am an Agile coach and Scrum Master and crazy person for doing shows at 5 a.m. in the morning. It's just dark out there. It's a Saturday. It's about 6:15 a.m. and we're here to talk about Agile and Scrum and business and IT and things like that as they relate. And I got my little football here. It's Saturday, so it's college football season here in the States. Big things for people that went to college, and I was looking for my little football. And so another, just bringing ideas. Come the week, college weekend, college football weekend, things coming up, pro football weekend, you know, you can get one of these little football store, these colorful footballs, or at one of the party stores. They always sell them, or dollar stores. Dollar stores are great. Dollar stores are great for getting little things for when you do daily scrum. You want to do the talking stick, toss this little football around. It's soft, it's squishy. It's not going to hurt anybody. If it bounces around, no one's going to get really hurt. It's a perfect little thing to do. And I actually use this for one of my activities when I do the get to know you thing, where I have everybody at a networking event, and I'm signing up for one in October, to say, what fun thing did you do over the weekend? What's your next fun thing planned? And any blockers to having fun. It's a twist to the 3 questions in a daily scrum, but it allows everybody to get to know each other better than just saying, hey, I'm Greg, I'm a scrum master. Well, there's 14 other scrum masters in the room. What makes you you, right? And it also gives you conversation pieces like, oh, you just went to Spain, or you just went hiking, you like Penn State football, you want whatever football team you like, whatever. Oh, really? So do I, and it gives you that conversation piece. So it's a great way to meet each other. So I figured I'd bring up the whole thing. So the next week, if you watch these things over the weekend, what you can do. So I'm still not going to talk about the automation piece because, to be honest with you, I'm so busy getting the podcast and stuff at home taken care of. So I will. And I saw a new video that got dropped on my LinkedIn for some automated tests. So I'm going to go look at that video, and maybe I'll reference that in what we do. I think I want to watch it so I can like it and share it on LinkedIn. And however, tomorrow we'll do that. And then, because we're not going anywhere this weekend, because it's supposed to rain, but it's beautiful out. I don't know if it's going to rain at all, but they say it is. So we're not going to go camping. So my blocker for having fun is we were going to go camping, but it's supposed to rain. So we'll think of alternative approaches. And I hope everybody's doing great. It's Saturday. Crazy people like me some of us are up in early morning. And some people were up late last night emailing me questions and things. So, Scrum and Agile. Just want to talk about one of the items. What makes different the Agile approach to things versus a Waterfall approach to things. Yesterday, I had one of the people that came up to me. they as they get to know you, they come up to you with all kinds of Agile questions out of the blue, and I'm like, fine. Even people I'm not coaching, which is cool. I like it. It's fun, actually. So I get these really great questions. And we were talking about how they built up their stories and how much work was coming in. And then I really got into it, It makes more sense to break the story down. Like, they got a whole page of stuff that they got to deliver, right? A whole bunch of stuff in there. And it's actually a lot of work. And I'm trying to get them down from waiting to the last minute to deliver stories. Get them down, even though they're not one of my teams, but I know what's going on. You got to break the story down, right? And they're doing this stuff, maybe a bunch of reports, maybe it's something else. And I'm like, what you should do is make one little report or one page or one little widget or whatever it is on your report and share that with the customer. Get the customer's feedback before you go do all 50. See, in the waterfall world, we would write a spec, hey, you should have this, and it takes forever to get the customer to agree what it should look like, because in their head, they have no idea what it should look like. And if you ever think they have a picture of everything they want, what it should look like, pixel perfect, in time and manner for what they want you to get it done, I guess I'm talking a million miles an hour. Oh, and it's show 54 for the podcast. Again, I'm such a goofball. Um, it is it is the 54th show for those on podcast world. Um, anyway, so they don't know what they really want until they see something, and you got to give them something so they can give you feedback on it. It's really important. I don't know why people don't believe this is not true, and or just like, oh, why can't they give us? I'm like, come on, give them something to look at. Once they look at it, then everything will be much better. So I kind of hinted to them how to do that. But I'm going to give you an example for me personally in doing what we're doing here today. When I was doing my podcast, right? So I put a podcast up there. Just to see how it worked, looked at all the different engines, got into the iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, a couple other ones along the road. I'm trying to get a radio.com FM player is on there. There's a few. We got a list on the information for this the post. So as I'm doing it, I have my normal title, because the title gets treated differently on different systems. YouTube shows a title different than Facebook. Facebook shows it different than LinkedIn. How it all rolls and how it goes, it depends what I'm trying to show. Where in what I found when I first did a couple of the posts, and it was really important that I didn't do all of them, right? Because I want to do a couple to see what it looks like on the other side, learn some things. Like the fact that I learned, I want to post all the things and ship it out to everybody in order, so that in your podcast listing, they're all in order, right? If I did one yesterday and I think one leaked out because I accidentally hit the publish button, and you can't take it back. I learned that in the podcast world. Once you hit that publish button, boom, it's gone. It's not coming back to you. Um, but they have a timer so they can publish over time, which is great, because I published all 52 of them. And today's the 54th. So yeah, all 52, all 53 podcasts, they should be coming out. I apologize now for all those in the podcast world and YouTube. Um, you're going to get a few little minor reminders that these podcasts are coming out, if you like and subscribed. But you'll know I'm going to be all caught up. So come Sunday, I think come tomorrow, I should be able to put the podcast out pretty much the same time I put out the video broadcast. So I'm getting this all down nice and tight. But now, wrapping back to why I do this. So in the iterative view or the agile view, I don't put all 52 out because I don't know what it's going to look like. I put out a couple because I wanted to see how it looked on all the different engines. Once I saw how it looked on all the major engines like iTunes and Google Play and all this, then I go, oh, I don't want to do the title this way, right? And remember, once it goes out, it's out. It's not coming back. Maybe it edits, it change, but I don't want to put all 50 out, and it all says the same, 5am Mester Scrum, 5am Mester Scrum, and you have no idea which title you're about to listen to. So I had to change the title and take the show number and put that at the front, so that when you see it on your podcast, it'll say show 33, 34, 35, 36 up and down the line. And that's an agile iterative approach to delivery versus a waterfall. So now, once I saw what it's coming out, I can adjust everything and then put all of them out, right? And that's how you're supposed to do it in Agile. And so many teams I deal with, and then it causes so much rework. I know we talked about this 30 to 50% improvement, but there's a great example. Put out one little piece, get your product owner's view, see what it looks like on the system, get some feedback on the one piece, kind of come to agreement on what it's going to be, then do the rest. In the waterfall world, well, I got to do all 50 reports. I got to do all 50 things. I got to put them all up there in the sprint. No, you don't. Put one out, get it right. Maybe that's a 3-point story that goes out. You figure you get feedback. Once you get all that figured out, then you start doing it, and the rest of the stuff is like a 1-point story. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, so I just want to bring that up, why we do Agile and how to think Agile. Don't think I need to put all these out. Just think, I want to put a little piece out there. I want to see what it looks like on the other side, because there's always little nuances to what we do, no matter what you do. It could be at a business, it could be anything. You just kind of put it out there to see what it like. It's like a new flavor of old-fashioned ice treats that my buddy does, right? He can put out 50 million flavors. They ain't all going to work, and maybe they just won't work. Try one, taste it, put it out there, get some feedback on it. If that works, then put it on your menu, right? It's just like in a business. You don't necessarily change your entire menu. You change one menu item at a time, and you see what works and what doesn't work, right? So there's that. The other thing, so I'm just going to talk about one of the things. Remember the Project Phoenix book? And I actually bought a copy. I gave as an Agile coach. It's not too expensive on Amazon. I think it's like between $11 and $15 with tax or something. So I bought a couple of copies. I gave it to some of my system engineers, one of my Scrum Masters, my boss's boss. Just all gave him a copy. But I have to say, the project manager in that book, I'm in a meeting the other day on a project that's really whatever, right? The person who was in charge of Project Phoenix, oh my God, I met that person. I was listening. I'm like, I'm hearing the voice on the WebEx, and I'm looking and I'm thinking about the whole project, what's going on, how it's being operated, how it's being run. And I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm like, oh man, it's the lady. It's the project manager in Project Phoenix who almost, did that. And I'm like, wow. That was like dumbfounded. I was like, oh my God, it really is. Anyway, there are people like that it's not fiction. And I'm watching this process, and I'm watching how they're managing the project and everything from my old program management hat world, right? And I'm amazed. But what really shocked me, and I'm sitting there listening, I'm like, I know this voice because I read this book. It's a real good book, and we're going to revisit it too, because there's a couple more chapters I got to read. But I'm like, I know this voice. Why do I know this voice? I'm thinking in my back of my head, how do I know this person? And then I realize it's from Project Phoenix. The manners, the way they acted, the way they talked to me. This person would not stop talking during the WebEx. I don't think this person would let anybody else talk during the conversation the whole time. She wasn't listening to any feedback from anybody in the room. She wasn't giving a pause. I mean, I'm doing the show. I'm the only one talking, so I'm talking. But in the WebEx, the person was not pausing at all in the conversation. The person wasn't giving anybody else in the room for a collaborative environment to provide any information to the team. There was lots of news coming in on the release of the schedule and meeting the deadline. It was so classic. It's ridiculous, and how it wasn't going to be met. But the person wouldn't let anybody else provide any information. It was a one-person show, you know. And I'm still amazed. And the thing was, it was for an Agile project to implement Agile stuff. But yet the person in charge was not acting very Agile. Maybe they should. I got a buddy who teaches the Cal course. I don't teach the Cal course, Scrum Alliance. Maybe there really is a real need. And I took the Cal course. It was nice. It was good. More tended to informing non-agile people about how agile works. A lot of executives and things like that. But if anybody ever needs a recommendation for it, I know a couple of people that are teaching the Cal course. It's a good course, and it's not a plug, but I don't care. I don't make any money off of it. But I'm really amazed. And I know it's 15:13, so we're gonna leave it at that. So I found a real life example in the Project Phoenix, which I'm holding up here. Um, and I was because I've always heard this person, and they reference a person other people did, and it wasn't until I actually sat on one of the calls what the heck was going on and why the project where it was that I realized it's Project Phoenix, and I'm watching it live and in person. I should put that out. I put that on LinkedIn. I was like, I'm experiencing Project Phoenix live and in person this week. Oh, actually, a couple months now. Anyway, got your little football. I'm showing my football here. I got to get better at the podcasting because in podcast, you can show things, but you can't see them. So you got to talk about it. So I got a little rainbow football from the dollar store or Party City or something like that. And using this as a new season, do your scrums. Use this for a talking stick if you're in a co-located area. And just have fun, enjoy, make it, change it up, man. It's here in the States of football season. Enjoy, have fun. We're at the 16:33 mark. We talked about the one idea about iteration, breaking it up, delivering a piece of it, get some feedback before you go do the whole book, right? It's very important, and it's very agile thinking versus non-agile thinking. You'll be amazed how many people don't think that way. There's a lot of places out there they don't think that way. And I'm telling you, they can be so much more productive. Can you imagine if you did 50 pages and it wasn't what the customer wanted and it didn't look very good, and then you have to go rework all 50 pages again? That's Waterfall, man. That's how Waterfall was. Waterfall is, and how people think I got to do all 50 or do all 50. Oh, my favorite one. They were talking about bugs yesterday. I'm going way over top. It's 7:26. I'm going to say this one last one. They're talking about bugs the other day and how the things are going. Well, I'm like, if one page was wrong and you made 50 of them, you would have 50 bugs. No wonder why your bug lists are high, right? Think about that. Anyway, have fun. Happy scrumming. Please like and subscribe to 5am Mester Scrum. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, right? So we're out there, YouTube, and we're also on the podcast, FM Player, PodBean, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. I'm going to work on the website this week and get that out there for everybody, so that I think I got the whole package ready to go, and then I'll be ready to market this thing a little bit. And I'm only market just to let people know it's there. I'm not looking for anything else. I just want to have fun. Anyway, take care. Have a happy weekend. Enjoy, and happy scrumming. Take care. Bye.